Hey guys, it's Salem. Um, it's 4:30 in the morning and I don't want to be too loud. I was sleeping. Well, today is July 29th. July 29th. I don't know why, but I wanted to say a different day. July 29th. I feel like it's not July. And today is the Aquarius North Node moves into Aquarius today, and we have a full moon today. Last night, before I went to bed, so lately, usually I will take my phone into bed and I'll scroll before bed, but I've stopped doing that, and I've intentionally tried to stop doing that, and it hasn't been long, but I've been doing it for the last 3 to 4 nights. Out of I don't know. Like one day I just was like, I don't need my phone, and I just put it on the other side of the room, and because I just, it's nothing, I don't need to. The reason why I started doing that was because there's nothing going on in my life right now, and a part of me having the phone next to me was like a safety net, was like a way for me to feel safe, because so much uncertainty is happening in my life. Having the phone by me made me feel safe, because just in case I got an email, just in case somebody contacted me, just in case of this. And then these last couple of days, I've been seeing, I don't need my phone. I don't need to, it's nothing going, it's me. And I'm coming on here to make a message, because it could be just you, right? You can be in a predicament where, so we moved out of the North Node, and I've been talking a lot about uncertainty and liminal spaces and letting go and all of these things. And last night, actually this past week, I've been doing more letting go than I thought I needed. And I liked having a place to talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, what did Ariana say? If you don't talk about it, it'll turn you crazy. And I just don't want to do that. And so I like being able to really discuss what's happening, if it resonates with other people and if it helps. Sometimes I keep things private, but last night I really experienced, so I've been really reflecting on the last couple of years of my life, over the last, let's say 6 to 5 years, over the last 5 years, because that's when my life really changed. And I've let a lot of things come into my life that has harmed me, that never loved me, that never, I let a lot of people hurt me. And so I was going over this last night. It just came to me, because you think of people, you think of things, you think of stuff. And I'm to the point where I'm tired of having these things have a hold on me. So what do? You let go, right? You push forward. Because once you see, and it takes some time. I'm not gonna lie, it does take some time. It does take some time for your heart to catch up to what your mind already knows. Because my mind already knows that these dynamics that I've been in have not been good for me. So I now need to create a more safe dynamic, and by starting with myself, because a part of the way people treated me was due to the way that I was letting people treat me, right? I didn't have self-respect. Not on some level, yes, but not on all levels. Because I overgave. When people avoided, when people left, when people treated me bad, instead of me retreating back with like what you're supposed to do, I chased and I loved more. And I noticed that by giving more love, I didn't still receive anything in return. So what do? You eventually learn, and when you become more self-aware, you eventually learn to, this person didn't love me, right? The way that I thought they did. But I am now seeing that they were never meant to be in my life. They were never meant to stay in there. They were never meant to be there, because if they didn't love me the way that I needed, or if they didn't respect me, or, they treated me a certain type of way versus the way that I treated them, then that's on them. Right? I can't blame. They showed their ass. That's all that I needed to see. Now it's time for me to see what my role in things, because my role has been, right, people pleasing. My role has been giving more love instead of sitting back and receiving what's really meant for me. And I was just going over the process, because over the last couple of years, my relationships has been navigating through these. And when you start to look at the way your relationships are, you really start to look at the way that you are as a person, because you choose those relationships. And you really have to look at all relationships. This is not just about boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. That don't mean nothing. This is about the way you show up for work, the way you show up for yourself. This is about the way you are in every dynamic when it comes to other people. How are you showing? You don't have to prove your worth to anyone, but how are you showing up for yourself? Are you showing up with self-respect? Are you making sure that you're not abandoning yourself in relationships? Are you making sure that you feel authentic and safe, and you feel healthy and genuine? Can you be your true self? Because that is what matters. And I've been reflecting on these types of relationships that I've had over the years, in work and love and family and all of these things. And when you get to a point, and I broke down, I cried, because I kept letting people hurt me, right? I kept letting people hurt me. I kept letting the same people in, right? But now the difference with me is I can see. And once you're aware, once you can see with your spiritual eyes what's happening, things can change. You can let new things and new people, new relationships, new opportunities, new jobs that actually coexist with the person that you are becoming, but also with who you truly are at your core, right? It's like you see people who's been in really bad relationships their whole life, choose the wrong people. A woman who is intelligent, a woman who is, she have her shit together. The whole rest of her life is great, but she chooses bad men. Why does she do that? Because something from her childhood, right? There's a wound there in her childhood that stopped her from choosing the right men. But once you're aware of this, and I'm like, I really had to sit with myself, write everything down, and see, like, wait, hold on. it was a relationship, guys. I felt so, when I tell you, I felt so fucking guilty because I thought I hurt this person. I did not hurt this person. This person never cared. They never even cared. And I spent over a year thinking to myself, like, oh my God, like, I'm a bad person. I hurt this person, that, all of these things, like, thinking that bad things that was happening to me, I was deserving of them because I hurt this person. I hurt a good person. I broke down the situation to myself thousands of times. This one particular night, I was able to break down this situation, and I was able to see that, wait, I spent days, months crying over somebody that never even cared about me. And I spent months wasting my time caring, feeling guilty, feeling shameful, thinking that I was a bad person, thinking that I was just like, that this is what I deserved. Until I really saw that, no, I didn't deserve that. I showed up. I continued to show up even after this person hurt me. I still gave more love even after. Why am I chasing this fucking, and it hit me, why am I chasing a love even after this person has shown me that they do not care? Why am I still chasing that? And I had to see, because, Sierra, a part of you have been chasing love your whole life. And when you finally see what you've been doing for so long, you're able to change that. I stopped chasing. I stopped giving a fuck. Why give a fuck? This person doesn't give a fuck about me. So you stop giving a fuck. You pull your energy back. You pull your power back. And the best thing you can do for yourself is, and I know it's hard, letting go is very, very hard. It is. Because you've been so familiar to that thing. But I can finally sit here today and say that the best thing that I could do is let go. You don't want me. I don't want you either. I don't want you. You don't want me either. And this is not just about just regular one-on-one relationship. This is about your jobs. This is about, the people in your life. This is every relationship that you have. This is about your business. Like, you have to look at things and really see, is it time to let go? Is this thing showing up for me? Is this person showing up for me? Is it showing up for me? Because if it's not showing up for you, it means that you should let it go. You should let it go. Let it go. It's hard, I know. It's very hard to let go. But every day, you have to look at the situation, and your heart takes a little bit longer to catch up to what you already know, because it took me a while, because I kept on saying, I'm tired of this shit. Why is it not going away? I'm tired of this shit. I just want it to go away. Like, why is this not going away? It just wouldn't go away. But I think it's because I was meant to see something deeper than what it was, and finally say no more. Because when you start to say, when a person is tired, they will not allow anything else to happen, because you're tired. And when you get tired, oh yeah, it's especially when especially a black woman get tired. She tired. She is not kidding, yo. She is on the verge of motherfucking bye. Deuces. And that is exactly what this type of energies do to you. It makes you so fucking tired, because it's like, yo, like, you gotta go. You gotta go. You're ruining it here. You're ruining the energy here. We're trying to be uplifted and loved and happy. We're not trying to. You ruin it here. So what do you have to do? You have to dissect this type of energy. You have to dissect it. You have to really be honest with yourself and really tell yourself instead of having that familiar mindset to what you were familiar to, you have to start a new mindset towards the right thing and change the thinking around the relationship. So, what do you, every day, instead of me saying that, oh, this person is going to one day love me, this job is one day going to promote me, that this will get me to where I need to be. No, this is not where I need to be, right? This person will never love me. I have to move on. I have to see the truth that if this job did want to promote me, that it would have already happened, because I've shown so much, I've given so much. And because you've given so much, you don't need to give anymore. It's either there or it's not. And if it's not, then it's time to walk away. And really learning how to have discernment over this and letting go. Feel that freedom of what it of what it can be, of let it move on. Just let the feeling of it wash away in the shores. But I want to break this down a little bit more. I've actually wanted to do because it's just so important that if you're facing uncertainty, if you're not understanding what situation you're going through, why you're feeling this way, if you're not understanding what's really happening within your spirit, and you just need a little bit of, because once we label things, you're able to you're able to accept it more, even just labeling, because you see it. And that's what happened. When I was able to label what was happening in these relationships, and how I was abandoning myself, and how I was betraying myself, how I was taking the blame for a lot of these things that I didn't even do. I've been holding up all these relationships in my life, when I really started to see that, oh, I am not the problem. It's not me. I'm not the problem. I've showed up. I've done what I had to do. I've did everything. They're the problem. Well, in a way, you kind of are the problem. I kind of am the problem because I let it happen. That's the only way that I'm the problem. But without that, you're not the problem. But you're the problem for your own problems, because you have to now cut that out. Cut that shit out. That's what you have to do. You have to cut out the people that are taking from you. Cut out the people that claim they like you, claim they love you, but they don't know how to show up for you in real life, in real time. Cut that out. The job that's fucking taking every inch of your energy, your mindset, your life, your joy, cut that shit out. I'm not saying quit right now, but start finding alternatives to it, because the more you stay there, the longer you are going to sink. You're going to be like in Get Out, in a sunken place, because that is what happens in these types of relationships. Think of it, it's just like Get Out. When she's swirling the tea, who is in control? The other person on the end. He didn't have control over his body. But when you start to become self-aware of the people around you that are twirling the spoon around the tea, right? Saying, inconsistently showing up, doing things that hurt you, spreading rumors, spreading lies, being spiteful, not giving you the type of promotion that you deserve. I was so, when I'm starting to see all of these different things, how angry I felt the rage inside. And it's not even about the rage towards them, it's towards me, because I let this happen. So now, because I let this happen, I have to now work on giving myself all of that love that I was giving all of these other people, myself, right? I have to now work on that. And that's something that happens. And if you are in these uncomfortable spaces where you don't know how to navigate this, maybe you're feeling very uncertain, maybe you're feeling very like, okay, how do I actually start making moves to get me out of the cycle that I'm in? Book a service call with me. Book a coaching call with me. That is exactly because I have lived experience through this. That is why I do what I do, because I want to help other people, other women, other people who experience these things change the trajectory of their life, because I've done the work. I've read the books. I've done everything I needed to do to learn how to help myself. And when you put that into practice, you are now able to help someone else. So if you're experiencing these types of, issues in your life, if you're experiencing, just not really knowing how to really move forward, not really feeling stuck in a place where, you shouldn't be in this relationship, that you should be gone, or you're just looking for a new job and you're like, okay, my boss treats me really horrible. Like, if you keep seeing these toxic relationships, sometimes we can't even see it because we're so mask in it. Like, we're so in the deep in it. And when you go deep in it, it's hard to see it sometimes, and you need someone else to show you, right? So check out the description box below. Book a discovery call with me. It's a 15-minute, basically a consultation call where, you tell me your situation, and I'll give you some information about me, and we can break down exactly what you would need help with. Okay? You are not alone in this, because I know how it feels. I know you probably feel alone, but you are not alone. There's many of us who are experiencing these symptoms, who are saying no more, and who is taking back their life because of it. Because you gave too much of your life to relationships that never showed up for you. And now you are able to show up for yourself. And you take your power and you pour it into what you need to do for yourself. Not into other people, but into yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow Salem Wellness Portal on all platforms for more. And don't forget to book a discovery call with me. All the information is below if you're on this path as well. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.